good?
There he is.
Okay.
Good. Yep.
Rolling, quiet on the set. Okay, take one. Good afternoon, Kira. Nathan, good to see you. Welcome. 5 Points Farm Market, a hotbed of progressives. What we're doing here this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and today is Sunday, is I'm representing Tri Neighborhood Community Garden of Norfolk, and we are a bunch of lefties, progressives, and in the late winter, early spring of 2009, two dear friends, Georgia Bira and Otsko Biernat, and I were just exhausted. We were suffering PTS from being on the bus. We'd gone to DC over and over and over again, New York City over and over again, protesting the wars, stop the wars, follow the path of peace, and we, along with hundreds of thousands of other Americans, were just ignored. Thank you, Mr. Bush. Thank you, Mr. Cheney. So we're going, what can we do that makes sense? And all three of us, George, Otsko, and I, hit upon the idea of let's do a organic community garden. And we wanted to be in some proximity to Bev Zell's Farm Market, and we wanted to be in some proximity to Tom Palumbo's off base at GI Coffee House. So we hunted around, and as you know, we coordinated with Service Technologies, and we've been given permission to run a organic garden on their corner lot over on the intersection of 25th and Vaughan Avenue. So we wanted to do raised beds. We started off on that with mattocks and pick and shovel, and we ran into immediately a lot of stone, a lot of brick, a lot of rock, and a lot of broken glass in the soil. So as you've seen over at our garden site, the first thing we did was we made a sifter this wide and about that long with one quarter by 1/4 inch galvanized wire mesh. And we started just by hand, with a shovel and hand, we started sifting out soil. It worked beautiful. You come up with a beautiful product, but it was slow. So we went up basically by 75%. We went up to 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch welded wire mesh with the next one like this and like this. And that worked really well. And we're getting, this is 1/2 inch, the same thing, 1/2 by 1/2 welded wire mesh. So we're getting beautiful sifted soil out. We're getting beautiful compost out. But again, it's taken a long time. The trade-off was, it's almost like a medieval process. You know, we're shovel, a couple of shovels full of soil, and then a glove, and you're just creating this wonderful growing medium. And we could add sand or peat moss or whatever we needed to amend the soil. Very lovely. We're standing there, it's quiet. We're able to talk politics, history, current events, etc. And it's almost a Zen-like feeling to it. All good, except that's 10,000 square feet, and we want to get 7 or 8,000 square feet under cultivation. So I'm thinking, this is not going to, what's the next step? What's the next step? So I talked with a bunch of landscaping people, and I talked to all kinds of people all over the country, worked over Google and YouTube, and found lots and lots of trommels and flat screen sifters. And the majority of them are, the small ones are as big as that house, and the big ones are the size of this building. And they're hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. We needed something that would handle about 7,000 square feet to a depth of 1 foot. So that's approximately 7,000 cubic feet, or about 286 cubic yards, roughly. And that breaks down to about 30 cement trucks load of material. So we needed something that would handle that. So we found the trommel. This is originally invented by the Romans for making construction aggregates, and they made theirs out of wood, and of course they were turned by manpower or human power. What we did was we electrified it. We scaled it to the size of our garden. This is 95% recycled. This is an old stair stepper frame from a gymnasium, welded on. These wheels are from our dear friend James Everson from a child's device.
Right.
This is an old mixer motor for 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
This is old chain drive and gear sprocket down on the bottom. This V-belt and that V-belt pulley they're new. Everything else is old and used, except for some of the fasteners and the wire. This framework is from old thrown away bed frames. These wheels were a market cart, a shopping cart that we found in a ditch and salvaged. And the barrels, as I said, are recycled. Come on around to this end if you would, please, and I'll show you the business end of this baby, which is right here. And we've got, 1-2 people with shovels, and we're pitching soil and or compost, however, into the machine. It strikes this, falls down, and if you come on up here, come close, as you can see these 45-degree angle bars, and these just keep the dirt clods or whatever sort of up in this end until they break up, and then gravity's going to take them forward. All right, so step back 1/2 of a foot, and here we go. We're going to go clear, and we're about 42 RPM.
It's still top of work.
Not bad, 42 revolutions a minute. And then over here, we're going to have our material, our finished compost, our finished soil. It's going to be falling onto a carpet or wheelbarrows or whatever. We'll catch that here. And then down here on this end, we've got a wheelbarrow, we've got an old wheelbarrow.
So it's stinking up, falling out all along here.
Exactly,
And
all the
then
good
straight
stuff.
out.
And then this wheelbarrow here catches all the stone, brick, wood, weeds, broken glass, falls out into this wheelbarrow to be disposed of and or recycled. And we're just delighted. I'm gonna shut it down now. But we built the whole thing, and it's 95% recycled.
Where did you put it together? Who put it together?
My buddy Randy Harrell is one of our garden volunteers. He's a mechanical genius, a wizard, a welder,
Randy Harrell.
and a great guy. And Randy and Charlie Kelly and Kevin Stewart and James Everson, everybody, we all pitched in on this thing. And my wife, Pat Filipowski, was one of our funders on this thing, and we're just delighted. We've had it on display Friday, Saturday, and today is Father's Day, and then Monday is our regular garden day. So she'll go out.
You're gonna go christen it.
We're gonna christen it. And Richard has graciously been photographing, documenting this thing, while she's pretty and clean and bright and shiny. Because she'll go, once we start pitching soil and compost at it, it'll.
I gotta see this in action.
I'm ready to throw dirt in it.
I know.
But we will.
Come out tomorrow with the camera.
I'm gonna try.
We will do that tomorrow because tomorrow the Tri-Neighborhood Community Garden of Norfolk decided early on that we would just adhere to 1 day a week as our High Holy Garden Day.
Yeah.
So Monday is our garden day, and everybody comes over when they can on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to water and weed and do whatever additional that we can. But everybody's doing everything that they can do, and we're up to, I guess we got about 17 people committed to working as volunteers in the garden. And this weekend we've got about another 2.5 pages of people who are considering volunteering to work in the garden. So
On a good note, I talked to a girl in Germany last night that's an animal rights activist, and I think I got her on the verge of starting a garden in Germany.
good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. That's
Thank you.
That's a background sheet. Let me come around. That's a little background sheet on,
Yeah, I'm definitely
on us.
gonna make copies. There's a lot going on
We
here.
love you. We love what
I'm
you do.
so proud.
Just
So proud of y'all.
Food Not Bomb.